We're not stopping just at crime. So we see when we come and pull down this list, we have other things like sex offenders. Let's click on that. We're mining data from every state sex offender website and putting it on the map. So as we see here, we'll zoom into a particular area. Again, we'll plug in an address. We'll just type in school. Schools in Goldsboro. You can see how easy it is. Let's type in schools Goldsboro. I click on, maybe I'm going to do a half-mile buffer. I do a search, and I see all the schools that are, the ones that in the area that have school listed. Here, we're just going to pick one. Okay, it's going to take St. Mary's School. Zoom to that, shows the sex offenders within a half a mile. Now, the beauty of this, again, is I click on it, it is actually going to the state website. It's mining this data. It tells us the information about that particular sex offender, and I click on it, and it takes me to the state sex offender website. So again, it's pulling all this data in to where I can have it and be safer as a citizen. So I pull that, it's linking, all this data is already available, but it's cumbersome. If I wanted to go do that myself, it'd be very difficult to find that. We bring it all into this one interface. So we have sex offenders as well. And let's go in and look at the last thing that we have currently. And all this information is going to be live. We're shooting for live deployment sometime late next week. We're just getting everything up and running. Now what we're looking for here is the environmental health data of the restaurant sanitation grades. Every quarter they go out and inspect the restaurants. Again, as a citizen, it'd be nice to know before I go eat what the grade is of that restaurant. So here we mapped all that information out. We pull that information down another data layer, and we can see the restaurants. Now, being somebody who likes to eat pizza on occasion, I may want to go to lunch at Pizza Hut. So let me just type that in and see what we have there. We go to Pizza Hut, do a search of that, and maybe I want to meet somebody, go over to Ash Street, a business lunching. I see that. We'll zoom in, turn on the aerial photography. Now, one thing I want to point out here is our data is more accurate than even Google Maps, because they map it to the center of the road. We're leveraging Wayne County's GIS data. They've got address points. You've got address points on top of each structure for dispatch, 911, all that kind of stuff. So we see we've actually mapped that on top of the actual restaurant. We hover over that and we see the last two sanitation grades. Again, we're going to be updating this next week, but we see that it's had an A the last 2 times. So that's great information again as a citizen. Now I may again have some clients coming to town for a meeting. I may want to zoom out and turn off the restaurants that do not have an A grade. So let me zoom out and let me just turn off and let me see those that don't have an A grade and hover over those, and I may want to say, hey, until we improve that, some of the clients coming into town may or may not want to go to that particular restaurant. So anyway, the idea is we want to show you what we're doing. Very powerful tool, exciting tool. We're not stopping there, certainly working with the county. We're looking at using the environmental health information, putting the daycare sanitation grades up, swimming pools, sanitation grades, hotels and lodging sanitation grades, tattoo shop sanitation grades, also looking at mapping leaking septic tanks, underground leaking storage tanks, building permits, code enforcement, animal control, and Board of Elections information. So again, the election districts, precincts. The idea is that my neighborhood concept, I want to zoom in and have ease of use, and this is taking it to the 2010 new level of ease of use. That's what it's all about. So we're really excited about the application, and we thank you guys for allowing us to come show you what's going to be live here shortly. Thanks to the sheriff and the county manager for facilitating this. And any questions you guys may have, we're more than happy to entertain those.
Just a comment, Kurt. People still